I'll be calling you a radical. This is just breaking right now. This is a giant story, and I've said for years, all you pro-nukers, you people that are going along with it, it's a dead end. It's like I used to advise in my class, kids say they're going to go work at the labs. It's a fucking dead end. You know, it really is a dead end. So, as you know, in Ohio, the only office with any guts took on the Bribees and the Bribers. So, the Bribees, Larry Householder, who's sitting in a federal prison doing 23 years for taking his millions of dollars of bribes, the other 4. So this is number 2. One of the Bribees killed himself. So they finally charged for the first time in history the Bribers. You know, what it reminds me of, you do know that all the Hitler's cronies, you know, what they did, whatever, they weren't willing to face the music, were they? Every one of them committed suicide, right down the line, every one of them. Or the ones that they let off the hook here at Operation Paperclip, you know. But a sad end to a sad, pitiful life. You know, you get involved with the nuclear energy crime syndicate and take their bribes and whatever. It's like these politicians here in Utah. Nothing good can come out of it. And eventually he's going to kick it. He's committed suicide today. So, my 64th birthday today. I just came out of I had visits with my heart doctors today, my appointment. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Nobody liked me when I was 63. What's my age again? What's my age again? You know, age really is a state of mind, but it's been a brutal battle. But stay strong, stay active, stay, you know, people go, it's like somebody, Twitter come to me and says that the owner of my videos flagged my, I'm like, oh, I flagged my own videos, huh? This is how shysters the nuclear energy crimes are. They absolutely do not want to hear the truth, whatever. You know, you think the bribes and you think that money is going to make you happy? It's not. That's my point. You know, fighting for the ecology. There's a reason Kevin Life is alive, given 2 months to live. We just had this conversation. I was given 2 months to live in 2011. Just the fact that I go into the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. And all you people that are taking bribes, you know, again, these guys aren't going to face the music. Well, the other part of this is the nuclear energy crime syndicate. They can't afford to have an open trial, can they? Look at the USS Reagan. If they were to have an open public trial, these people, now there's the, you know, he's the public commissions guy. He's head of the Ohio Public Commissions. I don't make a living off other people's stuff, but you got First Energy for the first time in USA, executives have been charged. Now, by the way, Larry Householder, I love the, you know, the AG in Ohio. He's like, I don't trust the feds. I don't trust them. So he charged Householder, why is in prison with 10 more state counts? He says, because Householder calls himself the comeback kid. Well, he's too old to be a comeback kid. And he says, the comeback kid ain't coming back. So he charged him with state charges because he doesn't trust the feds. I wonder why. We watch these dog and pony shows go on. You know, looks like, kind of like with Bear Monsanto. What? I mean, why do you... They haven't settled. They said they're going to settle with everybody. Look where they have the cases. They win some, they lose some, they win. Why aren't all the cases in California going forward? And the places where they know they'll lose? Well, it's a lot easier to pay off the attorneys than it is the plaintiffs. This is a big breaking story. He's committed suicide. So they say, or suicided. But the nuclear energy crime syndicate cannot afford to have a trial. That's why they never do have a trial. It's kind of like corporate America anymore, corruption in corporate America. It's like, here's how it works in corporate America. Still $1 billion, pay back $20 million. That's not a deterrent, that's an incentive. What we've created here, you know, the nuclear energy crime syndicate takes another one. Here their bribes. What about the people that bribed this guy? Did he commit suicide? Well, they sure can't afford a trial, can they? And if you don't believe me, I've been at this my whole life. Every time it gets to where it's going to go to trial, probably including California, the USS Reagan, which California Appellate Court and the whole apparatus, said this case goes forward. Not only does it not go forward, the Supreme Court says no. Oh, God. Don't get me going. So he's committed suicide, or has. They cannot afford a trial, and they never do have a trial. In the history of this country, the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate, and they hide behind Price Anderson, that's a congressional act. I mean, and that these puppets they have called politicians, well, he's one of them. I'll tell you, his counterpart in California, I can prove this. Kamala Harris raided his house when they're chopping up all the money, the corruption that went in California. Peavy found the goods, had it dead to rights. Moonbeamer Brown name it in Warsaw, of all places. Whoa. Why there? Whoa. Had him dead to rights. Did you ever see any charges? Peavy told me and my other activists that know we're on to him, told us to go fuck ourselves right in public. Okay. Did you ever see any charges on him? It was exposed when they did go after him in the 70s on Watts Bar. Remember, he was head of the NRC and he got convicted of corruption, supposedly went to prison, which I doubt he ever went to prison. Guess where he shows up when Kevin Watch and friends exposed this on the Sin and Opry scam. Guess where he showed up? He's banned from ever having anything to do with nuclear or anything, blah, 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 convicted of multiple felonies, supposed to be in prison. Oh, he was on the California Public Commission Board. So this is Ohio Public Commissions. I'm telling you, these corrupt politicians that take these bribes, what about the people that bribe these people? Now, did he commit suicide? Most likely. But they sure do weasel out of every time we're going to get a trial. Because if we get a trial, trials are public domain in this country. Why do you think all these corrupt, white-collar firms always cut a deal? The last thing they want is a public trial. Because then it becomes open. Because under the United States Constitution and these states' Constitution, this information has to be shared to the public. So, big breaking story. The bribes that went on here in Utah, which I exposed via New Scale, all these freaking, the SMR whole thing, and these guys are up their hair on fire, flagging my videos, doing what? I mean, come on, man. You're not paying attention. The Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate is so fucking dirty and corrupt, and this proves it in Ohio. Householder's doing 23 years in a federal prison right now. The only AG that had the balls to take him on, Ohio. So he took this guy on. Did he check out? Well, I go back to, 1945. Those fucking monsters. Hitler's cronies, those monsters. What they did, the most heinous, creepiest human beings who ever walked the face of the earth. When it came to, they were caught. They weren't about to face the music. Because they know. They've always known deep down. They know who they are. They check out, commit suicide. Wasn't Joseph Goebbels? He suicided his own kids. These fucking monsters. The Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate are monsters. So, sad ending, right? It's a very sad ending. First Energy Stadium was named, that was the Cleveland Browns Stadium. But that's how it always plays out. The BRIBERS. Now, this is a Bribee. The Bribees. They go in prison. That's the second one that's committed suicide. What about the BRIBERS? The Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. The Untouchables. Very interesting. Sad end. Will you still feed me? Will you still need me when I'm 64? I turned 64 today. Whoa. Life is a gift, Our integrity matters. Money's not going to solve your problems. I'm here to tell you, it's not. And these people fall for it, and then they're trapped, and there's no way out. Life's choices matter. Take the high ground. You know, none of us are perfect, but, you know, they knew, these people taking the bribes, they knew that there was a chance they get caught, and they rolled the dice, which, that's what people do when it comes to money. It's foolish, really foolish. Another Bribee. What about the bribers, the untouchables?